What's up? My name is Tim, and I am a lifestyle and dating consultant for men and the founder of Lifestyle Mastery Consulting. And what we're going to do in this training is look at the most efficient process that I've ever created and ever understood for how you can go from not having dates to having dates but without wasting time. So how you can create dates in really awesome, intimate situations with really attractive, great women that you really care about, that you get to know, how you can do that without wasting lots of time and without basically sabotaging yourself and feeling like, what's the point of this? Now, there's two things I want to mention before we get into the training that you really need to pay attention to maximize the ROI from this video, because I think that it's a waste of time just watching content online if you're not going to get ROI from it. Like, ROI means return on investment. So if it's not going to change your life in some way or help you become a better person, or help you maximize how you live your life, or help you get some better result and add blocks to your life. So what we're going to do here is learn this, but there's two things I need to tell you. So number one, this process looks very complicated, but it's actually very, very simple, and it will be life-changing if you use it the right way. And I literally mean life-changing. All of my dates, even the way I communicated with women, everything shifted when I understood this process. So that was really, really powerful and really important for me to understand how this process actually worked. Okay, and number two is this training that we're going to do right here is a very watered-down, basic version of what I'm sharing inside of our private community. Now, this private community is free to join, but the only way you can get into it is by clicking the link below. And right now we're only allowing 50 people in for the first round. In a few weeks, we'll open it up again. But this training that I'm doing a much more in-depth version of this in our community. So if you want the better version of this training, click the link below. It's very simple. It's completely free to join. Click the link below, answer 3 questions, and we'll let you into the group. The first 50 people who get in are the people who get in. So if you want to learn this and use it actually as you go connect with women, as you meet people, this is the best way by far that I've ever seen anywhere for how you can set up dates with women. And it's very simple to use, and I'll explain the basics here. So the number one reason why women flake, like I said before in a previous training that I made, is because there's no intention behind the date. So there's no actual reason for them to go out with you, because there's no purpose behind it. It's kind of like, oh, we just talked and it was a good vibe. I'm going to give you my number as a reward for being nice. That's basically what it is, right? But in this model here, this framework, which is what we call the setting up dates framework, maybe I'll come up with a cooler name for it later. In this framework, you set that intention very clearly, and it's not like an inner game principle. There is some stuff where you want to work on your mindset, which I teach as well, but this is not that. This is very technical, and this is something you can do that has worked for hundreds of clients that I've worked with, and they have literally changed how they met women. So number one is, let's assume you have positive interest and connection, because first you need to understand how to interact with women in the first place. So if you're not there, this isn't for you. But if you do have positive interest and connection from a woman, and she generally likes you, and you've been vibing for a while, 10, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, maybe it's in a nightclub, and it's been an hour or so, or meet a girl in a social environment, you've been chatting for 20 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever the amount of time is. If there's positive interest and a connection, the next thing you want to do is pitch the date idea. So again, a lot of guys screw this up because they go straight for a number, like, give me your number and then we'll figure it out later. But I don't do that. First, I pitch the date idea, which is, how down are you to do this thing? And again, in the community, I'm going to talk more about how to do this the right way. But this is the first thing you would do. How do you do this thing? Okay, like, what is the thing to do? How down are you to do this thing? How down are you to grab wine? How down are you to go freaking bowling? Whatever it is you want to do. How down are you to do this thing? Okay, and then from there, there's going to be 3 paths. She's either going to be green, which is highly open, like, yes, I'm down, I'm super down to do it. Or she's not going to be open at all. She's going to say, I have a boyfriend, I can't. She's going to be clear. Maybe she's in a relationship. Maybe she just got out of a relationship. For whatever reason, she's like, I don't think it's a good idea. And then you could ask why if you'd like to find out, but generally it's just not going to work. And then they're somewhat open, which is maybe, I like to think that most of the time girls are highly open, but sometimes depending on the man you are, how attractive you are, where you're at in terms of communication and leadership and attraction, all these things, she might more so be somewhat open. Usually what I get is highly open, but still I'll sometimes get girls that are somewhat open. Somewhat open sounds like maybe we'll see, or like, I don't know, she's kind of still standing there seeing like, what will you do? Okay. So here's what's important now. If she's not open, I just generally, I'm like, why? I'm just curious. Or she says she has a boyfriend, or she gives the basic clear reason why she's not open. There's usually something, some actual reason why she's just not down. She'll say, you're not my type, maybe, whatever the reason is. And then what I'll do is I'll have her add me on social media, because I have a pretty poppin' Instagram, and I'll be like, add me on social media. I'll have her do that, and that'll be how we make the connection there. And then what happens is I don't usually add the girl back. Sometimes I do, but more often than not, I just don't care to add her back. There's no reason to. I don't want to follow like things she's doing. I'm not interested in that. But oftentimes she'll want to follow me when she sees my Instagram because I do show what I'm doing. I post cool stuff. I'm traveling. I've got like cool stuff going on. So she'll do that. And then she'll stay in my circle. And if I see her looking at my stories, sometimes I ping her, and then maybe a couple months from now and she's not in a relationship, I'll hit her up, or I won't, and she'll just be a cool person that I connect with. And that's it. And then the other option is she'll be somewhat open. So this is what gets really interesting. If she's somewhat open, you have to find out why. You have to be like, why are you not very open? So I'll call it out. I'll be like, you seem hesitant. What's the reason for this? And then what's going to happen is she's going to always be honest. Almost always girls are honest when you ask them this, like, what's the reason you're hesitating? Why are you not just sure? And what's going to happen is it's either some kind of life objection or a logistical objection, like I have a boyfriend, which you find out, and that's really awesome. We want to know that information because then you don't waste your time. Remember, the goal of this is to not waste time. You want to connect, but you want to do it within reason. Okay, so she'll give you a logistical or life objection, and then boom, that goes over here. So she's not open, simple as that. Social media, you have her add you. Again, same thing. Go right back to this. She's not open. Or she's going to be open and willing. And if she is open and willing and she's like, I'm actually down. I just, for whatever reason, which I'm going to explain more in the community, there's sometimes reasons why girls don't do this, but join the code so you can learn more about this. I'll go more into detail. But sometimes she's not going to be willing. Okay. And then if she's not, or she is, I apologize, if she is willing, okay, what do we do now? We go to this process, which is super simple. It's very, very easy. It's the easiest thing you could possibly freaking do. So number one is location. She says, yes, she's down. Then it's, have you been to this place? It's great for doing this activity. So it would sound like, have you been to the Blue Martini? It's great for drinks on Saturdays. Have you been to Rocky's Billiards? It's like a place I love shooting pool and playing darts. Have you been there before? Okay, she's going to invest on that. No, I haven't, or I have. And then it's like, oh yeah, it's super cool. We could do something like that. And she's going to say yes. That's her investing in it. And then the next thing you do is time and date. What's your schedule like during the week? What are you doing this week? What days do you usually work? Oftentimes the people I work with and myself are entrepreneurs, so my schedule is quite flexible. I don't like during the day I work, yes, but I don't have to be set to a fixed schedule. I can pretty much do what I want, but I do have to put in work. So I can modify my schedule. So I'm like, when are you free? I do my own thing. She answers that. So now we have more investment. So she invests on her schedule. She's like, I usually work Mondays to this, but X and Y, Z day, I don't think I'm working. Or she'll say she doesn't know her schedule. And then you say, what's a general schedule you have? Perfect. Okay. Then confirmation. Are you down for this? Like, are you actually down because I'm really busy? And you can add more to this. I'm going to, again, explain it in the code community. So join it because it's super powerful what I'm going to talk about. But this is just for you if you're lazy and don't want to join the community, by the way. I'm literally going to give you this value so you can use it. But if you want to learn how to use it really well, join the code community. So yeah, confirmation. She's like, I think I'm down like Saturday. Then you confirm, are you actually down? Because I'm really busy and I don't want to plan something if it's not going to happen. Like I'm working, I have shit to do. So, and usually the girl will be like, yes, I'm actually down. And then, because now there's the pressure for her to commit. And sometimes she'll go back to being somewhat open. She'll say, I don't really know. Then you say, okay, why? Call it out. And then she'll either be like, no, I'm actually down. Or she'll say, there's someone I'm seeing right now. Or she'll say, my family and I are moving in 2 weeks. Or she'll say, I'm really focused on studying and I'm having some mental health problems and I don't want to go out with anyone. Perfect. You have all this information and then you make a decision. You're like, awesome, great. It's not a good fit right now. But there's a good chance she's going to be like, yes, I'm actually down. I think it would be a good time. Then you tell her to send you a text. She sends you a text. Boom, you're good to go. Or you have, I always start with this, like her sending me a text. I say, take out your phone and send me a text. I don't take girls' phones and I don't do any of that unless I have to put the number in because she's struggling to like understand it, or it's just easier for me to put the phone number in. But I have her do all that work. She gives me the phone, or I see her take out her phone. I tell her my number and I save my number, which I'm going to explain more about in the community. She texts me and then we do a social media exchange. Do you have Instagram? She says yes. I add her on Instagram. Usually at that point, she got my number. I'll add her, or I'll have her add me. That's the process. When you do this over and over, you actually can't fail. Like if you met, let's say, like 5 women per week, you just talk to 5 women per week, and 2 of the interactions were good around this thing. Generally, you'd be able to sleep with, or meet with, date, connect with, whatever it is, quite a few women, and then find an amazing, healthy relationship through that. Like easily, that would happen. All right, it would be really healthy dating life. So use this process. It's very, very powerful. It's really effective. Where you can really intimately connect with some amazing women, sleep with some awesome girls, go out on dates, meet some really cool people, just even as friends. Like I do this for networking too. This is my process for how I network with people. Like, are you down to do this? We make plans, establish the day we're doing it, and go from there. Okay. So if you want to learn how to do this more effectively and learn how to do it in a healthy way, like the deepest way possible without wasting time, go ahead and join the Code community. The link is down below. It's literally a button away, and I will see you inside of that community. Otherwise, start using this now and see where you get with it. All right. Be blessed today.